Oh, I almost skipped the GOAT team, bro. Sheesh.
Oh, Joe, hit us with it. What do you think? Green wall
Okay,
forever. What do you think?
who you say?
Green wall
Green
forever.
wall forever, bro. That thing's been crumbling for years, brother. Let me tell you. Okay, but I will say, if Optic go and win this, I'm talking as an organization now. If Optic go and win this one, dude, then it doesn't matter all the nonsense, all the drama, all the like letdowns they've done this year. If they win this champs, then like they've completely overshadowed that and they've done well. I mean, they'll have been the first team to have gone back to
To go
back
back to
as well
back.
as win
Mm.
two COD champs in the CDL history. So I mean that's huge. And I really think, and I don't want to harp on this too much, but I mean, since Cold War, including last year, Optic has only won three majors. And I do think if they, and that's probably less than all your other big teams have over the last few years. So I really do think like winning another COD champs would really secure them as cool. Like they're not just the biggest, most popular organization. They can actually win at this level in the league. So I do think that'll be important for the organization. But yeah, I mean, obviously, back to back, if they do with all the nonsense that has happened today, whatever deals they were making on the side, bro, would obviously have paid off. But that's still a big if because they definitely not my favorites, probably not my even my top four favorites to winning this thing. I don't know. Garen, Ben, do you guys want to speak about specific players and what it would mean?
I think I think Shotzi might have a case to go like top seven,
If he wins
like
his
all
third,
time.
yeah, you got to
Yeah.
put him in that because I mean it's
Even
also
higher.
yeah I think I don't know
He's
how
going
like
straight to number two for me.
okay there we go.
Mm.
Ben sending him from 12th to third, second, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think I think top five's a hard argument like
Because I
to
mean, you
get
have a lot
into.
of players that have three rings in that argument, so it's not
Mm.
like he's the only one. But I do
Yeah.
think top seven is probably a good range for him. Obviously, I think the thing for him is like he would have accomplished so much in a shorter number of years than most of these players. And I mean, it's all been in the CDL history. Winning back to back, he'd be the
Mm.
first player to do that in COD Champs. He'd be the first player, or the first player to do that in CDL history. He'd be the first player to win three championships in the CDL. Like he has the MVP, he has the tournament MVPs.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it would be a huge boost for his legacy. You can debate where you'd put him in the top 10, but for me, if he wins this one, and wins the tournament MVP, or even if he doesn't, I think he's in top 10 conversations for sure.
Mm.
Um, yeah. Ben, speak about your boy Dashi. What would winning this do for your boy?
You should just retire if he wins, eh? Nah. For all of them, the winning the COD champs will just uh keep their careers going because I think they will be under less scrutiny and the things that had been used to criticize them would now have been like achieved again and again. So there would be less to stop people from recognizing their greatness. And if they win COD champs, I'll personally paint my new phase merch green just to out of respect for Optic.
You haven't even
So
got the phase merch yet, and you're already making these type of promises, bro.
yeah,
That's crazy.
I promise to everyone.
I do think I do think for Dashi and Hook, I think this ring would be very important. Because obviously it would be Hook's second ring, it would be Dashi's second ring, and I think that would catapult them into top 20, top 15 players of all time range, which I don't think they are currently without the win. But then also, I mean, yeah, you have to lay up some other things. But I do think for their legacies, it does quite a bit. Obviously, I think Dashi would join Shotzi as the only player to go back to back in the CDL history. So that's quite a big move. But yeah, we'll have to see. And I think for Mercules, maybe not as much as Raincore, but also it would be a really impressive season. I think he would
Mm.
obviously um, get the mantle of bringing Optic from the brink of death and bring them to COD champs. So I think that'll do well for his stock and his legacy. And I mean, obviously, this boy's a shooter, so he doesn't need the help, but he'll definitely have a place in the league for the next 15 years if that's the case.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Los Angeles Thieves. Boys, what are we thinking? If they win,
Hate these guys.
Okay. What was that?
I see them win. I'm about to end it all. I don't want to see that.
Whoa.
Damn. They stole your favorite player and you're angry, huh?
Yeah,
If they
for sure.
win, I think they might be considered like on par with Cold War phase, if not better, considering it was done on land, everything, all the wins. They might be the one of the greatest rosters ever formed.
I do think, I mean, if they three-peat
Mm.
with it ending at COD Champs, I mean, yeah, 3 out of the 5 tournament wins and the biggest one. I do think you have to look at it as a very successful season and one of the better teams that we've had in the CDL history. I think as a franchise, I think obviously LA Thieves would be the first team to win 2 championships in CDL history. So that's a big result. And I mean, I don't think they overtake FaZe because FaZe has just had the consistency since the start of the
Mm.
CDL. But I do think you can make the argument that that would catapult them into one of the more or the most successful franchise that we've had in CDL history. Um, but I do think FaZe still has that mantle just because of their consistency throughout the years. But I think LATs have achieved a lot in the last few years to like make that at least a close conversation that you can have.
You would also have to acknowledge Envoy's success on multiple teams as well, uh, winning 2 championships and also being part of multiple rosters. That's quite impressive, I think, as
Yeah, and
well.
I don't know.
Mm.
I was seeing some people speak and they're not really giving Envoy his flowers and stuff. And I know we like to hate on him. And I mean, he is probably the least
The,
like talented or
yeah.
like flashy player on the LA Thieves, but he still does his
The
bit. He
greatest
offers that
slumper of
he
all
offers
time.
that leadership. And I mean, yeah, you can't deny like he's been one of the premier players and he's been around and he's won across multiple titles with multiple teams. Like you can probably make the case that he's been one of the most successful players in the CDL history. I do think obviously Shotzi, Simp, even Kenny are probably still above him in that regard, but he's definitely in the conversation there. So you have to give his flowers for that.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, for me, this was the expectation, right? When this team was formed, when
Yeah.
they came together, the expectation was to win multiple majors and to win COD champs. And so they wouldn't be exceeding expectations, but at least they would be meeting it and they would probably be achieving the mantle of super team that's been placed on them. So I think that would be a
Mm.
big thing. And then obviously like everyone was going crazy once phase one, major two, and major one going like, oh, three-peat with EWC last year. Blah, blah. Like, I mean, if Thieves do it, they've actually three-peated in the current season and could go on to win 4 in a row if they go to EWC and win that. So I think it would be a huge result for Thieves. Not in terms of exceeding expectations, but just, I mean, regardless, it's consistent winning at the highest level. Like you got to give them
Mm.
credit for that. I don't know, Garen, talk about your boy Hydra. If he wins this one, what does it do for his legacy, bro?
Do you think if Hydra wins this this ring, does he overtake Shotzi?
It's a good question.
Well,
Because
I think it's close.
it definitely does because Shotzi only has one ring, in my opinion. It's a Mickey Mouse championship.
I do think I do think you can make the argument. I won't say definitively that he would, but I mean, we've seen, especially this year, Shotzi has not been that good, dude. Like, I would argue Hook has been the better SMG on Optic. I don't think Shotzi has been their best player. And we saw, even with Hydra, we thought, yo, that subliners team was so good. Like, they're doing so much. We saw when Hydra left, bro. Those bums were barely shooting, bro. Like, I think we didn't realize how much Hydra was doing. Like, we knew he was the best player in the world, but we didn't know how much he was actually doing until he left, and we saw Kismet Skies and Priester running around like blind people trying to find the point, bro. So like I think yeah, Shotzi not only consistency in terms of how good of a player he has been with whatever team you put him around, but then you'll have the winning to do it as well. So I definitely think you can make the argument, but yeah, I don't know. I'll sit on the fence for this one. It's a bit of a tough one.
yeah, I also think it's quite close. I think
Yeah,
Hydra's arguably like the third best player in the league right now, behind Scrap and Sal.
and it's been that way
So
since Modern Warfare 2.
yeah, mm,
Not behind, but like he's been the best player, like top three.
yeah.
Ben, your
Uh,
boy Scrap, dude. Oh, sorry,
mm.
Garen, do you want to say something else?
No, Ben. I was about to talk about scrap, but Ben got this.
Well, what's up, my brother? What you want to know?
If Scrap wins this, bro, what does it do for him?
Greatest AR of our generation, I'll tell you that much. Um, he overtakes anyone ahead of him. I mean, he might be better than Formal at this point because
Oh my
same
gosh.
ring. Um, no, if Scrap wins, there is nothing that can be used to criticize him because he would have had the success, the winning success, the
The
consistency, the
stats.
accolades, the performance, the stats. He is a fantasy draft dream because of all the stats he pulls, and he's a
And he can also
consistent
win.
player,
And he can still win with
and
that.
then
Yeah.
he would also win. Yeah, so he's Lamar Jackson that can actually like succeed. So that's great to see.
No, I do think, yeah, I do agree. It would be huge for Scrap. And it's really like the only, like the last monkey that's on his shoulder. He's won across multiple titles. He has Rookie of the Year. He has tournament MVPs. He's the best player in the league, top three in the league, whatever you want to say. The only thing left is the COD Champs ring. And yeah, I'm really hoping he can get it. Not only for the team, but for him, it would be really cool to see. So I'm hoping that'll come around. And I know we touched on Envoy a little bit. I'm sorry, no, before we go into that, I do think for Hydra and Scrap, I think for Scrap, if he wins this one, it securely puts him in top 15 all time. I know it's only his third season, but he's done so much in those 3 seasons that I think you can make the argument for top 15 all time. And Hydra, if he wins this one, securely top 15 and arguably top 10 if you really want to stretch the recency bias on the argument. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I think I think top 15. I don't know about top 10.
Yeah, I think top 10 would be a stretch.
Yeah. But if Scrap wins this, he also beats Jazza with the beef, you know? What's Jazza gonna say now?
Yeah. No, fair enough. Fair enough.
What they gonna say now?
Okay. And then I know we touched on Envoy a little bit, but yeah, I do think if he wins another one of the most successful players in the CDL history. I think it puts him in top 15 all time securely. I don't think top 10 range, just because yeah, I don't think he's always been the best player on his team. So I have a like Shotzi, Hydra, Scrap. They're the best players on their teams. So like when they win, like it's normally on their shoulders. But Envoy, I don't always feel that. But I
Yeah,
do think he does
Envoy can be living on easy mode a bit sometimes.
sometimes. Yeah, which I mean, yeah, I mean one of our criticisms was when they made sorry, when they lost Major One and Major Two, was that when we needed Envoy to step up, he didn't, and then Major Three and Major Four he did. So I do think he's found his rhythm with the team. But I do think that would put him securely in top 15 all time if he wins this one. And your boy Ghosty Ben, who you didn't want to retire against Scrap and Celia, bro. What are we talking about for him if he wins COD Champs this year?
Um, I don't know. I think he's not as flashy as the other players, so people downplay his role in it. I think he is sometimes the glue and the foundation of the group,
Mm.
and I think he will be recognized a lot more um, if they win it. And I don't know. I think winning is the only thing that this roster needs. If they don't win, you almost ask the question of like, do they run it back or do they
Find
do
an
they
upgrade
try
or do
again?
something, yeah.
Mm.
Because it's built for winning only. That's there's nothing below that would be acceptable, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So
For
yeah.
sure. Okay.
But but also this is Ghosty's third season where in Modern Warfare 2 he was with Optic, and at times he seemed like the best or the most consistent player on Optic.
Mm.
In Modern Warfare 3 he not carried,
No, he did.
but
His
yeah.
shoulders were so sore by the end of the year, I'm telling you, bro. Sorry, Karen.
Yeah, yeah. He took underdog LAP's team to like top four
Yeah, top four champs, yeah.
to top four at champ.
And second
So
place
if
at
he
EWC. So
mm. so if he ends up winning this ring, he I don't know if he's like in any all-time conversations yet,
no.
but damn,
But
he's worked
in
for
our hearts,
this.
he's all time, bro. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
He could
saying?
be top 50 all time. You
Ben
can
will
have
give
that
it to
one.
him.
Top 50.
Yeah. Okay. Any more thoughts on LA Thieves before we go into our final team?
Nah, get them out of here. I'm
Yo, they
tired of
better
looking at
flip
their
the win.
faces.
They better flip and win. Okay. And then we got the big swingers. We got Danny
Oh,
Draza. We got Bird Boy. And we got the Tiny
Yeah.
Terrors, bro. We
my shins
got
are scarlet.
the gang.
My heart is red.
Atlanta FaZe. This is Ben's team, supposedly since New York lost Hydra. Ben, tell us what this would mean for you, sir.
My
No,
blood is
not for the
red,
franchise,
so
not for the players. What it would mean for you.
my blood is red. My heart is red.
Oh, they
I
both
love
red.
FaZe. They both red, my brother. They both red. So I don't know. I've I'm quite a incognito FaZe fan where they're not actually the team I support, but I do love some
It's not as
watching
incognito as
some
you
FaZe.
think, Ben.
I love watching some FaZe moments, you know. Um, I think like with Optic, if they um win COD Champs, I think it eliminates all the blemishes in the season with them always seeming to slow down in the middle of the season and towards the end and not really having the kill factor to get it done when it counts, especially for COD Champs. So I think it only further progresses their legacy of actually having that killer mindset and increases their ring count and their win loss um, at COD Champs, and I think that's the only thing that's eluding them right now. That because they can dominate the regular season, especially the first half of it. It's the COD Champs that is always
And it
the
started
greatest and
slipping
most
over the
difficult
last few
prize.
years. I mean,
Yeah.
Simp and
Yeah.
Abizi and Celium were guaranteed top two at COD Champs, and then they're top three in Modern Warfare 2, and then top six in Modern Warfare 3.
I
Like,
don't I don't know what else you could possibly do with this roster if they don't win
if
this
they
time.
lose, someone's leaving. If they need to, they
Yo,
need to. Like,
Yeah.
bye-bye
It's
Beezy,
time.
bro.
I think Sol's gone. I think it'd be interesting if Abizi went. I think that would be a good
Do you
move.
think do you think any of them would retire if they didn't win?
No, no. I think all of
No.
them want to
No?
compete still. I don't think
No.
retirement's on the cards at all. But I think you got to
Might
mix
be
it
a good
up, dude.
idea for some of
You got
them
to
though.
mix it up. Um, but yeah,
I don't
Garen,
know. Abizi is so good.
he doesn't get
And
doesn't get the credit though.
yeah, he doesn't get the credit in phase. So if they lose, I would love for him to leave to a different team where he's the main SMG and
You
just
need me.
beat yeah, and just beat all the narratives of I don't even think people are talking about this, but it always feels like when they talk about Simp and Abizi, it's always yeah, Simp's there
Sim's
dragging
Batman,
Abizi.
Abizi's Robin.
Yeah,
Not even Robin.
yeah,
They call Abizi Alfred sometimes, bro. He dragging him through.
yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I do think, but yeah, let's not focus on what would happen if they lose. If they win, what are we talking about for these players' legacies?
Yo,
What do we think? What do you think happens?
they're all in my top four. Yo. Instantly.
I do think Draza is top 15 then. He's won two.
yeah, for sure.
Draza's top 15. Celium's top 10 because he's won two, has an MVP. Abizi is what, top five because he's won three. And Simp, I think you can make the argument for best player of all time. It might be early, but he has two regular season
I think he'll go to
MVPs.
second for now.
I think, yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's securely second, but I think you can make the argument. And I might let the recency bias eat away and just name him the best player of all time. I don't know, because you can't tell me
Yeah.
Simp hasn't been out of this world since he joined in BO4, dude. He has been the best player in the league.
The dirty things I would do if FaZe wins. Yo.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna leave it there because I don't want to speak too much about this after
Yeah.
Ben says something like that.